Hi friends, welcome to my channel. In today's session, we'll see what is alternative in .NET Core for WCF, how we can easily replace without much changes in existing WCF project. I'll consider you all know WCF and its configuration, so I will not go in deep with WCF and its configuration. Nowadays, everyone moving their .NET Framework projects to .NET Core to reduce hosting cost because .NET Core can be hosted in Windows as well as in Linux server. I have taken an example to show how WCF is implemented. I have taken an example to save a user details in a file. So if you see in the example, we have an interface and it is decorated with service contract and the method is decorated with operation contract. And same interface is implemented in our file operations class and it has request model and response model. So I kept it very simple so that you can understand it better. So in WCF, if you want to make your service listening in one port, so you have to add a configuration. You can see here we have added a base address and same will be opened using service host open in your main method. So this is how WCF service can be configured and it will be listening in 8080 port. So now we have interface and its implementation and our request and response model, and we have few configurations here in WCF service. So let's see how it is replaced in our SOAP core implementation. So before going to SOAP core, have a look how WCF client looks like. So we'll compare this WCF client with our SOAP core client as well. In WCF client, we have to add a service reference and that service reference will give operations client so that you can call the methods which is in your service. So the configuration of endpoint is configured in app config file. So in SOAP core server, you can see the implementation or listening is quite different. In our WCF service, we have service host and we opened it. So this particular application is developed in .NET Core console application. So we have installed NuGet package to the application so that you can see app use SOAP endpoint method is enabled here so that you can add your interface and the same interface implementation you have given in your service. So if you see the base address is configured in your applications, though you can call it. You can give directly the base address. It is not necessary to have in application config. So you can see here the endpoint is specified file store service.svc. So this is your service, SOAP core service, which is running in your port 8081. So if you see, we have made few changes in our request and response model. That is, we added serializable attribute. Without this, our SOAP core will not work. So here, if you see overall in the service, you don't have much changes in your interface and implementation. So only the change comes in models. We'll see how SOAP core client looks like. So if you see SOAP core client has same implementation, it's quite similar to WCF client. So in this one also, we have to add a service reference to our client application. So here you have to give your binding and endpoints to your client, and then you can call the method as is. Here we have given service endpoint in our app config. It is optional. So if we compare WCF and SOAP core, it is quite similar. There is no much changes comes. So let's see how gRPC service and client works. So if you compare WCF and gRPC, there is quite a bit of changes that required in our project. So here we have to create a shared project which can be shared across our server and the client. So one is the model, and model has to be there in the server as well as in the client. And another one is service definition. So the service definition has to be maintained for server and client. And service definition is using descriptors in definition. So what is descriptors? So descriptors is nothing but the configuration of the endpoint, like type, service name, and what is serialized is used. Here I have used binary serializer. You can change it later whatever you want. Now coming to opening or listening port in the server is quite different. So if you see here, grpc.core is installed in my server. It's a NuGet package you have to install, and you have to give your port and your server IP address, and you have to add service definition in the server service definition binding. That's why we need service definition to be shared across server and client. So here you can see service handler register is given for the register service definition. That means we have to create a service handler so that whatever request comes from our client to the server can handle in our server end. So here actually your method is called, file operations is called in your service handler. So if you see, there is no change in the interface in the implementation, whereas interface is not required in this gRPC server. You can use only the implementation class only for the gRPC server. And same serializable attribute is required for the model. Okay, now we'll see how gRPC client looks like. What are the changes that required for the client to call gRPC server? If you see here, service definition is referred in the client application. That's why I told this has to be shared project. So if you see here, the server and port is used to create the channel, and channel is calling our register method. So when you call from your main, you have to call register method, which gives you the response with a response model. So if you compare with WCF, this is quite different. So if you write some proxy or wrapper around your application or around your service call, you can achieve same implementation as you have in the WCF service client. So I have created these small projects in our Git repo. You can refer and you can play around with the project. If you have any comments, please share with us. Thanks for watching.